In the bitter heart of the Soviet winter, February 1959, the Ural Mountains lay silent under a thick blanket of snow and ice. Here, nature reigned with a merciless grip, a wilderness where survival was a test of will and strength. It was into this frozen expanse that 9 young hikers, students from the Ural Polytechnic Institute, embarked on a journey that would become one of history's most baffling and terrifying mysteries. Led by Igor Dyatlov, a determined and experienced leader, the group sought to reach the remote peak of Otorten. The 9 were skilled and well-prepared seasoned hikers who had trained for months. Yet what they faced was beyond anything they could have imagined. Their last camp was pitched on the slopes of Kolet Syakhl, the Dead Mountain, a name that locals whispered with unease. On the night of February 1st, something unimaginable occurred. Under the cold, starless sky, the hikers tore their tent from the inside, cutting their way out and fleeing into the darkness, some barefoot, others scantily clad, into a storm that would freeze them to death. When rescue teams arrived days later, the scene was a chilling puzzle. The tent, oddly slashed open, stood like a hollow shell. Footprints, some shoeless, traced a desperate path into the endless forest. No struggle, no cries, just the eerie silence of abandonment. What invisible terror drove these brave souls from their shelter into the lethal cold? What unseen force shattered their expedition only deepened the mystery surrounding Dyatlov Pass? Spread across the frozen forest floor, the hikers lay in unsettling conditions. Some were found in just their underwear, a grim and chilling sign of hypothermia-induced confusion known as paradoxical undressing, while others were fully clothed but bore injuries that baffled doctors and investigators alike. One victim's skull was fractured with immense force. Another's chest was crushed, yet their skin showed no external wounds or bruises. These injuries didn't match typical avalanche trauma or attacks by wild animals. It was as if an invisible and overwhelming force had struck them down in silence. Even stranger, some of their clothes were found to be contaminated with unusually high levels of radiation. A discovery that sparked wild theories about secret military tests or contact with unknown dangers lurking in the remote wilderness. The official investigation blamed an avalanche causing panic and flight into the deadly cold night. But this explanation faltered under scrutiny. How could the tent be carefully cut open from the inside, allowing the hikers to escape? Why were the hikers found far from camp, some shoeless and barely dressed, wandering lost in the freezing darkness? Locals reported strange, unexplained lights in the sky on that very night, adding to the eerie atmosphere surrounding the mountain. The indigenous Mansi people called the peak Kolet Syakhl, meaning dead mountain, and warned that it was a cursed place to be avoided at all costs. Despite the case being officially closed and files sealed by Soviet authorities, the unanswered questions remain. A chilling puzzle frozen in time, inviting endless theories. The Dyatlov Pass incident refused to fade from memory. Over decades, it has grown into a dark legend, inspiring countless theories, books, and investigations. Some experts point to katabatic winds, sudden, fierce blasts of cold air that sweep down mountain slopes with destructive force, capable of causing disorientation and panic. Others suspect secret military testing involving chemical or radioactive materials. More speculative theories delve into paranormal realms, encounters with yetis, supernatural entities, or even extraterrestrials. The strange injuries and radiation levels fuel these claims, though none have been conclusively proven. Psychological explanations suggest hypothermia and fear warped the hikers' perception, driving irrational and desperate behavior. Modern forensic science continues to probe the evidence, yet the case remains unsolved. The legacy of the Dyatlov Pass hikers endures as a haunting testament to the limits of human endurance and the terrifying unknown forces of nature. Their story is etched forever in the frozen wilderness, a chilling reminder that some mysteries are meant to really happened on that cold, dark night in the Ural Mountains. What unseen force made 9 experienced hikers flee their tent, barefoot and barely dressed, into a deadly blizzard? Was it a sudden avalanche, or a powerful katabatic wind that disoriented them? Maybe a secret military experiment exposed them to radiation and fear. Or something even stranger. Could it have been an encounter with the unknown, like mysterious creatures or extraterrestrials? Their injuries don't make sense. Crushed ribs, fractured skulls, but no external wounds. And some of their clothes were radioactive. How is that possible? Imagine being lost in freezing darkness, confused and terrified. What would you do? Would you run or stay? The Dyatlov Pass incident has puzzled the world for over 60 years. If you want to explore more theories and mysteries, subscribe and hit the bell. This story is just the beginning. What do you think happened? Share your thoughts below. Your idea might unlock the truth. Subscribe now and join us for more chilling tales and dark mysteries. Remember, some secrets only grow darker with time.